Friend, my name is Raza Masood. Today we will discuss about a very common and very interesting topic named as Kanban. It's a very common term normally used in meetings and in discussions and in project implementation methodology. Friend, let me tell you that Kanban is a project implementation methodology which is basically based on agile framework or agile methodology. So in today's tutorial we will discuss in detail. I will try my level best to explain the concept of Kanban in a very simple and easy to understand manner. So first of all, I would request to please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell option. So let's start. Friend, Kanban is a project implementation approach. Its approach basically derived from Japanese style or Japanese factories. Whenever we see that in Japanese factories, they have a manner that they some work was in progress, and in factory people are working, and whatever is needed and whenever is needed, it's in process. It's a just in time concept, that whatever is needed and whenever it's needed, it will be provided on time, not more than that the requirement, and not the progress the work in progress should not be exceed not more than the requirement. So coming towards main our topic Kanban, there are three, you can say, principle at which the Kanban based. First of all, the first is visualize. Visualize means that as a project implementer or as a stakeholder, you can visualize that what work is in progress, which things are going where, at which status. For example, if you see from here, you can in the Kanban you can divide the stories. Stories means the user requirements or functional requirements. You can say that these stories are in to-do list, like in to-do status. uh, uh, these stories are in progress, these are in testing, and these are done. So if you see this board, you can visualize that, okay, 1 2 3 4 5 stories in to-do list, 3 stories in progress, 2 are in testing, and 2 are done. Done means that you can deliver it to the customer. So this is the flow. Visualize means it talks about the status and the flow. You can say, you can just try to understand. You can see the status and you can say, you can understand the flow of stories. Like, first of all, story will start from to-do list, like we have to do this story, then it will move to the in progress status, then it will move to testing, and then it will move to done, and after done it will be handed over to customer. So this is the flow in this direction: to do, in progress, testing, and done. So first of all, if you see this board, this is a manner in which we are putting the requirements on the board. You can use any particular software as well to track the status as well, or you can just simply use a wall, or at which you can put the sticky notes at which you write the requirement and use the wall. The main concept is that, first of all, visualize means you can visualize the status and the flow of requirements, that what requirement is at what stage and where it is going. Remember one thing, that there should be some specific criteria at to which you can move the in progress requirement to testing, and then testing to done, and then test done to customer. Like, it is not possible that without any specific criteria you can move it the in progress story to testing. Once the in progress testing is completed, after that you can move it to the testing, and once the testing is completed you can move it to the done, and after done it can be moved to the customer. But remember, moving the or changing the status of a user requirement or the status of story, it is necessary that there should be some specific criteria. When that particular criteria fulfills, after that you can move the story to the particular status, move ahead. So this is the main concept of principal concept of Kanban, that you can visualize the status, and also you can visualize, you can see the workflow of a of the user story. Then the next one is limit work in progress. It is necessary that you should have some limit on work in progress. For example, you can say that in progress should not be exceed more than 3 stories. Testing should not be exceed more than 2 stories. For example, if the in progress story is already 3 stories already in progress, so you cannot take the story from to do until unless is one story is completed and it can be moved to the testing stage. Similarly, you can say there should be some limit on the testing stage as well. If 2 stories are already in testing stage, so you cannot take any story from in progress status. You should have to wait until unless the testing of one story is completed and it can be moved to the done story. So this is called the concept of limit work in progress, because this limit can be produced or make on the basis of your resource constraint. Whatever resources are available, on basis of your resource availability, you can decide that what would be the limit work in progress, and there should be some limit work in progress. It is not necessary, it is not possible that if 3 stories are already in progress and you are taking the stories from to-do list, this is not possible. There should be some limit work in progress at in progress, testing, etc., so that on basis of your resource constraint you can manage the work. Then the next one is the manage flow. Manage flow means, friends, that you will manage the flow. If you say the what is the flow, you can see, like, first of all the story came in to do list, then it will move to in progress, then it will move to testing, then it will move to done, and then it will move to customer. But see, if there is any problem, for example, you can say that if there is any problem issue in progress, so you have to see that what issues are occurring, why why some issues are occurring in progress story. Maybe there is some possibility that some story is taking so much time and not moving ahead. So as a manager, you have to see that if there is any bottleneck, if there is any issue in the moving in the flow, so you have to see and you have to resolve that issue. If there is any issue in testing, testing is not completing on time, testing is not as per the criteria, as per the acceptable criteria, so you have to see the possibility, you have to check that why it's taking so much time. If there is any issue, you have to manage it. One more important thing, that the color scheme should be very important. For example, you can use yellow for a bug, and green green for a major requirement, and purple color for a defect. So there should be some specific color scheme, and it should be well defined at a very early stage. So friend, we have discussed visualize, limit work in progress, and manage flow. These are the 3 main important concepts of Kanban, at which the main concept of Kanban based. Remember one thing, if any requirement is very important and you want that it should be processed at a very urgent basis, so there is a stream available which is called as urgent stream, at which you can place the requirement here and it can be moved at a very important stream at a very fast pace. So if there is any stream, if there is any requirement in the urgent stream, so the resources will work on that requirement, and they will the priority of that requirement which exists in this stream, it will be very high. And the resources will first work on that requirement which exists in this stream, and then focus on the other requirement which exists here. So remember one thing, this stream, the main concept of this stream is if there is any important stream, if there is any important requirement which exists and you want to process it on a very early stage at a very fast pace, so you can place it here, and the resources will focus first on that requirement, and then after that on the other requirements. So this is called the main concept of Kanban. I hope friend you like this video. If you like it, please share it with your friends and colleagues. Remember one thing, Kanban is a project implementation approach which is based on Agile, and the main principles are visualize, limit work in progress, and manage flow. So friend, thanks a lot for your time, and I have taken already your time. I'm very thankful that you have watched this video, and thanks a lot for your time. Thank you.